Hello friends, it's almost summertime, but we are still doing spring cleaning around my house. In today's video, I'm tackling the other end of my kitchen, my dining room. I clean out and reorganize my pantries and coffee bar. I scrub walls, baseboards, and windows. I even climb up and deep clean my filthy, dirty ceiling fan. I finish off the day with a fresh mop and several dirty water pours for your enjoyment. So pop my video on your TV, tablet, or phone and clean along with me, or sit back and relax with your favorite drink and stockpile this cleaning motivation for future use. Hope you enjoy! Don't forget to like my video, comment below, subscribe to my channel, and click that bell notification for more inspiring motivational videos. Let's be friends on Instagram too. You can find me at Home with Elizabeth. These were from my middle boy for Mother's Day. Happy Monday, friends! We are starting off this video by getting my table cleaned off so we can get it moved out of the way so that I can get to these pantries. Now, friends, I really wanted to have this table refinished for you guys for this video because this was actually filmed a while ago. 2 different days, but it didn't happen, friends. We've had so much rain here in the Northeast, it didn't happen, but that's okay. It will eventually get done. So we're starting with this pantry on the left. It is typically mostly breakfast food items. It also has like our bread and our chips and stuff in it, and the dog's little container that I keep their treats in and stuff like that. We're just taking everything out, we're putting it on my table, and I'm gonna vacuum it out, and we're gonna get it all wiped down. My dandelion was that empty, so we got a new one. Clementine. I've never had this scent before. Smells good. I'm definitely a citrus girl. This is still extra stuff left from Christmas cookie baking. Friends, I said that I liked the smell of that clementine, but it is so strong. Like, it stayed in my kitchen for like the whole day. Like, my husband came home and he could smell it. I do like it. I really do like the dandelion better, but I can't find it. I don't have a hardware store near me anymore that carries it, and I don't order a lot of that stuff online, so I can only look for it like the Mrs. Meyer's now when I go to Target. And of course, since it's an hour away, I don't look for it all that often because I don't get to Target all that often. So I did want to get those curtains down before I went any further so that I could get them in the washer because they have not been washed since we moved in here over 2 years ago. Now we're getting our hot water, and I'm using the Mr. Clean antibacterial concentrate to wash my walls. We're just going to, like I said, use the hot water. It comes out of my tap at about 140 degrees. I put like 2 capsules, like capfuls in, and then we're gonna head back over into the dining room. And while we start these walls, I wanna welcome you back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name's Elizabeth. I'm a 52-year-old wife and stay-at-home mom to 7 adult/teenage children. I have 2 girls aged 28 and 24. I have 3 boys aged 21, 18, and 16. I also have 2 bonus boys. They're my 17-year-old twin nephews that I have custody of. On my channel, you're going to find cleaning motivation, cleaning inspiration, decorating, decluttering, and organizing. But what you're gonna find lots and lots of is real life, friends. I like to keep it very real here on my channel and share my perfectly imperfect life with you all. I strive to make others not feel so alone in this world and to help them realize that the best way to live their life is their most perfectly imperfect self also. So if this sounds like content you'd enjoy watching, I would love to have you join my community. So as I said in the intro, friends, this is 2 days worth of cleaning, and they were quite a bit like far apart. This first section that I did here in the black outfit was on May 15th. I about said March 15th, but it wasn't. It was May 15th. These baseboards behind my cabinet here were particularly dusty, especially right here too. This is where the pup's water bowl is. These ones weren't too bad, a little bit dusty. Most of it came up with my mop, but I'm gonna get on my hands and knees and scrub these ones right here. And then I stop just after I get done doing the coffee bar, and I didn't get back to it again until May 21st, which you'll see I'm in at least a purple tank top. I believe I have black shorts on also on that. Friends, that's just my life now. Oh, look right here. This is why I slowed this down. Remember I talked about Mackie pulling me over? You could see the bruise right there on my wrist. If you can see it right there just a little bit. If you pause it and go back a frame or two, you can really see the bruise, and there's my scrape. You can see how it's all scabbed up. So like I said, this was May 15th, which was, I don't know, I'll put it on the screen how many days after it was that he knocked me, but you could see that my bruise was like yellow and purplish, so it was quite a bit afterwards. Okay, so I did just mop that little section right there. Sorry, I'm a rough. Mopping is hard work. But the video you just saw before this, where I'm cleaning, oh, I didn't film it. So yesterday, May 14th, I took the day off of school, and today's Friday the 15th, I took the day off of school, because I'm kind of caught up with my timeline. But I cleaned the kitchen yesterday from top to bottom, and I mopped. So I'm not gonna mop the dining room here, except for where I'm pulling out my pantry, my coffee bar thing, and that pantry, because the floor is cleaned. But I do want to mop underneath those, but I'm just using the water from what I'm using for the walls. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a peek into the future. As I said in the beginning, I do mop the floor, and again, that was because I mopped the whole kitchen on the 14th. I did this on the 15th, and I didn't do it again the other side till the 21st. And of course, my kitchen dining room area floor was dirty again, so we do mop it at the end of this video. But I just looked back while I was talking, because I'm doing my voiceover. Mackie pulled me over on May 7th, and again, this was on the 15th. So this was 8 days later, and you saw how dark that bruise still was. So I am just going through all of my stuff in my pantry. Friends, we don't have a lot of stuff that's expired. First of all, I don't buy a ton. I buy what we need. And so our stuff gets used up a lot. So I want to say, and I will show you, I don't think I throw out anything from this cupboard. Maybe some tea I do for my coffee bar, but this pantry I don't think I got rid of anything. Now at the end of the video when I'm doing my other pantry, there is some stuff that gets thrown out because it's out of date, but it's mostly just like soup and some like fried onions, seasonal stuff, like stuff we haven't used since like around Christmas or before Christmas. My guess is we had it, my husband ended up buying more, and then he opened the newer stuff without using the old stuff. And so there was a few things that were expired and out of date in my other pantry. But as you see here, I am just cleaning out all my little containers. These are just organization things that I've collected over the years. And, you know, I never throw anything away. I keep everything. So I'm just cleaning them out and reworking how I'm putting stuff in my pantry. And I'm really happy with this pantry. So when I did this pantry last summer, I just kind of threw the stuff in it. It didn't really have any rhyme or reason, and now it does. And it's so much more functional for us. And another goal I wanted with cleaning out that breakfast pantry is I wanted to get most of the stuff off of this coffee bar here because it just looks so cluttered. Who thinks I can move this without knocking anything off? Raise your hand in the comments. Well, if you raised your hand, you win. Not only did I not knock anything off, I didn't even knock anything over! Hooray! Easy boss, easy boss. There you go, go play, go play. I haven't done it yet, but I would also like to get a bigger container for the dog's food. That's the one we bought when we got them 2 years ago, and they were just small puppies and they didn't eat as much. You know, now we buy a big 40-pound bag. I need a container that just has that fits the whole bag, so I don't have to keep that open bag sitting right there. So this is going to be the last of the walls that we wash, because then we're going to go in and clean the window, we're going to clean the coffee bar, and then I am going to like go through my coffee bar here. This took a little bit of a time. We had a lot of pods and stuff to go through, and I did get rid of most of them because some of them I wasn't sure how old they were, but some of them were just from this last Christmas. I ended up getting rid of them just because I didn't want to like chance anything. My kids are not going to want any type of hot drink until it gets wintertime again, so I felt okay getting rid of it. And look how dusty it was in that drawer. I don't know the last time it was that I wiped it out, but it was a while ago because that was a lot of dust. You know what? For some reason I did keep some pods there, and I can't remember what I kept. Maybe it was the apple cider, and I got rid of some coffee ones that were in there because I know that they were my son's, and I don't know how old they were. So maybe that's what I got rid of, because those ones with the maroon top there, those are spiced apple cider, so I did keep those. And I kept all of our tea too because it's all fairly new, and I drink tea all the time. Even in the summer I drink hot tea, and so does my youngest son. He loves peppermint tea, and that's what those white bags are. It's like peppermint bark. It's like his favorite tea. We're coming back to do the baseboards here, and I wanted to talk to you about the other ones as you saw me kind of like talking about them and pointing them to you. I don't know why they ever painted these baseboards. It upsets me so much, and I've talked to my husband that I want to get some of the paint like remover and take the paint off of them. But I do want to get rid of that quarter round because it collects the dirt in that crevice so badly. I almost need a toothbrush to scrub into it. And you can see right here, my fan was filthy. And of course it's gonna be. This is the kitchen, it gets grease on it. We're in this kitchen all the time. The windows are right here beside it that we keep open. So it really collects the dirt. And I'm even taking out the light bulbs, and I'm taking off the glass globes here, and we're gonna run them through my dishwasher to make sure they're nice and clean. And I am gonna get my rag, and I'm gonna go up there around the motor and the vacuum here just to get some of that dust off too. I gave this ceiling fan a really good cleaning. Like, it needed it so bad. I don't know when the last time it was that I cleaned it. And I'm gonna come in here with my wet microfiber cloth and my cleaning cloth that's for glass for polishing. Friends, I know I raved about it in the last one, and a few of you comment about it. I love it so much, and I used it so much in this video, and I think I talked about it in that video because I had already cleaned this when I was editing that video. I'm cleaning this window. I'm going to clean all 3 of the other windows here in the kitchen. And 2 days ago, I deep cleaned my living room and I cleaned my front windows, the giant ones. Love it so much. I love it. So as you can see through the magic of video, which I didn't even show it, friends, because I just wanted to get this dining room done. I did wash my curtains and I dried them and we got them back up. And now we're gonna work on this little island. It's a kitchen island. I got it 4 or 5 years ago. My husband got it for me like as a Christmas gift. We actually used it in our old house as an island for a while in the kitchen because we didn't have a lot of kitchen space. And then we took it into our dining room and I used it as like a coffee bar. And the first year or so we lived in this house, we didn't use this. We just kept it on our garage. And then once I got the second pantry, I knew that this would work right in the middle between those pantries. And so it's back to being used as a coffee bar. I'm even giving this Keurig a good scrub down, even though it hasn't been used since like spring break when my son was home, so maybe early February. And I want to say, I can't remember what I put in the bottom of this here in the video, because later that night I think I took something off the bottom, but I only leave the bread machine and the little like organizer I have of lunch stuff on there. I ended up putting the chips in one container and they fit in the bottom of the breakfast pantry. So as you can see, I'm just cleaning these little containers out and we're switching them around and we're going to get them back organized into, oh, I do show you. So that's it. Both black ones did not fit on the bottom. So I put the paper towels down there and I'm combining the chips into one. And our dog food always gets so dusty there too, that top, because I never think to wipe it off. So I just did it real quick right there. So this was the end of day one. Me putting the dog's water back, and here is the water from the walls and those the 2 little like corners of the floor there that I wiped. So pretty dirty for like a dining room. So I'm just gonna put the dishes in the dishwasher real quick and the globes, because I see I'm putting them right here because I wanted to get them washed, even though I don't have a ton of stuff to put in there. But I wanted to get them washed so that they'd be done before dinner, because I needed to get the lights back in and I wanted to get those up before the kids got home. So actually that's gonna be the last thing at this day, because this was all in the morning and then I'm sure I was going to rugby or lacrosse or something. And so you're gonna see me come in with a lacrosse shirt and I'm putting this back because I was getting ready to head out the door. And friends, this fan is so old. I found the paperwork on it when we moved in and bought the house. And it's one of those old times fans that like still moves and it's so intricate and stuff, but it works so good that I don't want to spend the money to replace it, even though I don't necessarily like the look of it. I don't really like the gold and stuff on it, but like I said, it works well. So why would I like spend money on a fan that probably isn't going to hold up as well as this one? It's like just a waste of money. So here's the start of May 21st, and we're starting in this pantry. And this is I had a little less to do this day. I did the bulk of it on the 15th. So I just pushed the table over against the wall so that we can get this pantry. But this has always been our main pantry, so it has almost everything in it except like bread and breakfast stuff. And friends, I didn't really reorganize anything in here because it stays pretty well organized. Because I've had it and used it for such a long time, I know how like everything fits in there, from snack foods to pasta to stuff like that. And it has this drawer on the bottom that I keep like stuff that we don't use all the time in. So there was not a lot of reorganization done in this pantry, but I did clean it out and it's like pristine now. It was so filthy. Like, I can't remember last spring if I took that bottom drawer out to clean under it. I'm gonna say I didn't because of how much dirt there was in it. But if I did, that's horrifying that that much dirt got in there in just a year. Of course, maybe it's not though, because I think I did just talk to you guys about how during COVID I realized how filthy dirty our groceries are, because during COVID we were all like wiping them down and stuff, and like the water would be black and my rags would be black. So it stands to reason that if you're not wiping your groceries down and you're putting them in a white pantry, it's gonna get dusty and dirty, even without food like leaking or spilling out. I'm sure when I put my other one together last summer, I linked it, but I will link both of these down below. I bought them with my own money. This one right here, we've had at least maybe 5 years, if not 6. They're both from Lowe's. They're almost the same. This one is about $100 more though, but only because it's completely finished. As you see in here, these shelves are like white because they're finished, and the other one they're not. They're just the particle board. That's the only difference. And this one's door in the front is a little fancier. If you can see, it has like some bevels here, but I'll link them both down below. I recommend them both. They're wonderful if you need extra storage. The joys of teenagers. You find papers and wrappers everywhere. So friends, I did just sweep there real quick because when I was cleaning out the bottom, there was some rice and stuff, and I couldn't stand having like it on the bottom of my feet. So I did sweep that real quick before I went in and started like washing and scrubbing these walls. There, I didn't know if I told you guys or not, but I did tell you that I wish I could take that quarter round off. I mean, it looks nice, but it's a pain in the neck to scrub, especially with pups, because they're always right here in this area along like the quarter round. So now we're taking this broom, not this broom, now we're taking my cedar mop and we're scrubbing around the window here, and I'm eventually going to take it to these blinds. I have a love-hate relationship with these blinds. Like, I love them. I love the way they work. I love the way they keep the sun out. But they're a pain in the neck to clean, and they actually need replaced because they're really like off, like they have like a yellow tint to them, but they're too expensive to replace because these ones are perfectly fine. They're just a little yellow, but they still work perfect. So we just live with them, friends. I clean them how I can clean them, and we call it a day. Of the window. That's the top of my blinds. This is dirty. Yeah, I'm beginning to think that I didn't clean the top of those blinds last year either during spring cleaning, because holy filthy was that yellow microfiber cloth. So we do start with the cloth, but it's a lot of work, friends. It's annoying. Like, this is sped up like 800 times. So you know that I'm spending a ton of time on each of these, and I like to do the back too. So I think right here I'm gonna try and close them and try and do it, and that doesn't really work either, and so that's when I just grab the mop. Again, I love these blinds because this window is west facing, so as the sun sets, it's perfect to close it just like halfway, because depending on the time of the year is, like the sun hits this window differently. So a lot of times during the spring and the fall, I can only close it halfway and leave the window open so we get the breeze, but it's still blocking the sun, so we're all not being blinded while we try and eat like lunch or dinner. All right, so for the next minute or so, we're just going to get all of this food back in the pantry. And here's where I'm just kind of going real quick to see if there's anything expired. I knew there wasn't gonna be a ton, which is why I didn't do it off camera. And then after I fill it, I do flip around to the table where I've set the stuff that needs thrown out, and you're gonna see it's not a ton. I also don't show it, but when we did the other end of the kitchen, I told you I left a couple cupboards empty, and I do take all those sprinkles that were on top of the other pantry that were from Christmas and the cake decorating stuff I keep in this, like tips and bags and a few other sprinkles, and I put them up in that cupboard above my spices. I also put the brown sugar and like that extra stuff that I took out of that like baking pan and put it up there. That's what I wanted to use the top of that cupboard for. So you see here, friends, not a ton. There's some big stuff that like it's taking up the bag, but it was like those potatoes and those onions that were just kind of like bleh. But yeah, that's what I wanted to use that top cupboard for. So like extra baking stuff. Other than the boys' bathroom, this is probably the dirtiest spot in my house. The pups jump up here. So it's our garage. It's our driveway that leads to the front. So like everyone comes home here. You know, everyone does stuff back here. So the pups, they're always jumping up here. So it is literally filthy. Look how, so the people who lived here before, like this is just plastic. Like when they had this window redone, it's like plastic, so like the dogs have scraped the crap out of it. Like, see, this is still the real. But my guess is they maybe couldn't find the right stuff. And I will tell you, friends, I think we'll eventually replace that brown trim. It's resin, it's not necessarily plastic, but it'll be a while until like the pups don't get up there anymore. I'm not worried about it. It's just one little piece of trim, and it's just like the paint flecked off of it. It doesn't bother me. so I don't even really care about it. So I did just take the vacuum to do my sills and the tracks. They weren't that dirty at all. And now I'm using the mop water, and I'm just dipping my rag in it to just wipe these tracks down. Considering how much the dogs get up there, my tracks were not that dirty at all. I was surprised. And we're just wiping the trim now. I don't know if you saw right there, but I was trying to pull that window out. I really wish I could have got the other side done. I'm going to show you after I put these windows in that you can see the water and dust spots on the outside. When I'm doing the video, I'm like, I don't know if you can see it. You're going to have to wait until I edit the film, but you can see it. But I wish I could get that window out to do those the outside of it, because it's so spotty. This cloth just cleans it so well that I wish it was just like sparkling, like all three of them. But I just have to live with just the two of them being sparkling clean on both sides. Now this track on the window itself was really dirty. You're gonna see here the black stuff I'm getting out of it. And I even get more out of it, and it like spills onto the floor. My guess is it must be the one that we hardly ever open. Like we only ever open the one side. So my guess is maybe this is why this one was so much dirtier. It just caught more like dust and debris and stuff like that. Once I bring the camera close, you're going to be able to see the spots. Oh, it's hard to tell. Won't be able to tell until I edit this if you can see those water spots. But these ones, perfectly clean. Perfectly clean. Tracks are pretty good. Friends, I'm not going for perfection. I'm going for done. Good enough. Well, there's Mr. Mackey. Hi, Mr. Mackers. Watch. See if he does it. You gonna get up? You gonna get up? You gonna get up? Who's out there? That's what they do. Oh, goodness. Here's the water pour from the other side of the walls. It was much dirtier than the first water pour from the other side of the dining room. My guess it's because I was using that water to rinse out my rag when I was cleaning the tracks and the windows and stuff like that. So here, as I told you before, I do end up mopping this floor, and this is sped up to like 800% because I was like really giving it a good clean because I had the table out of the way and I could get all the spots very good. But this is just my Tineco I'm using. I love it. Of course you don't need it, but if you can get one, they're amazing to have. Any type of wet dry mop is. So we're just gonna do this side real quick, and we're going to show you the dirty water pour that. It wasn't too terribly dirty. And then I'm gonna come back, move my table, and we're going to mop the other side. So, I mean, it wasn't really super dirty. It was just a little bit dirty. Considering I hadn't mopped it since the 14th and this was the 21st. Not too bad, friends, not too bad. And I promise, friends, this summer is the summer that I'm going to do this table. And I will bring it to you because I'm going to make it a priority. It might be like not a dedicated video. It might be something that we do just piece together and then I throw it in something. Now that my dining room is completely clean, I am committed to getting this table done, and I'm excited to do it. So we have about a minute left, friends. I'm going to finish up the kitchen here. I'm going to show you that dirty water port, and then I'm just going to put this dining room back together. But while you sit here and watch me do that, I want to thank you for clicking on my video today, friends. It means the world to me. I say it before, but it just makes me so happy. It makes me happy that I can bring you guys this motivation, this inspiration. If I could ask you to do me one thing, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. It is literally the best way and the easiest way to support my channel. It also lets YouTube know that you enjoyed it. It lets me know that you enjoyed this. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, why the heck not? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that bell notification, so you never miss another one of my videos. I release every Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'd love to have you join my channel.